might be wanting to learn language and practice with native speakers, but you might be a bit too nervous to actually try and practice. You might think to yourself, what if I make a mistake, or what if I mess up? I'll be embarrassed, and that's not good. In this video, I'm going to show you how to overcome that. But firstly, I'm James, I'm a native English speaker. I can speak Spanish and Italian, and I've got 13 years of language learning experience. So firstly, let's start off with why you're anxious about speaking with native speakers. Now, as a baby, you're not born with fears of messing up and embarrassment. That comes later on in life, so you learn to be embarrassed. Now, how you learn it is a past experience which you've probably had, which you've not even realised, where you've tried to practice a language or you've tried to do this new thing and you've messed it up or something's happened and you've been laughed at. So people made fun of you or you didn't feel good about the situation. Maybe you were out in a bar or something in a different country, you tried to order but it was too noisy and the waiter couldn't hear you or waitress couldn't hear you, and then you felt really bad about that. And then you then think to yourself, wait a minute, that didn't work. I obviously can't speak a language. Let's give up because I'm not made for language learning. Now that is just one example of a negative time or experience when you've been put off language learning in the future because you just don't think you're capable of doing it. However, you can undo that, and this is how you do it. First of all, look at the situation and scenario. So if you're in a busy place and it's very noisy, don't practice a different language then, because even if you're in your native country and you're trying to speak, they might not be able to hear you because it's too noisy. Secondly, if the staff member or person you're trying to talk to seems really busy and hectic, don't try and start a conversation or make small talk with them. Wait until they ask you, maybe when you're collecting the bill or something, they might say, how's your day? How are things? Where are you off to next? Or something. And if they say that, that's an invitation for you to open up and start a conversation with them because obviously they have time, they're asking you. Then finally, ask for permission. As soon as you're about to start speaking, say, oh, I'm trying to learn Spanish or insert your target language. I'm trying to learn this language and I'd like to practice a bit. And very early on, is it okay to practice? And if they say, yes, of course, cool, then they'll be a lot more open to you practicing with them and you won't get shut down. They're not going to say, oh no, so I'm too busy. And that won't feel bad. And then what happens is once you do that, you gain evidence that you actually can speak a different language because you've had a good experience in practicing that target language.